be attentive. This is for your convenience point of view. So in this class, I want to explain how to sorting the data. So please be attentive. Today I want to complete two topics. First one is the arrays and second one is the method. So now I want to discuss about the array. So in the array, sorting is there. Okay, sorting is there. So actually, in the last class, some of the students asking that by using the util.arrays, there is a one function is available for the sorting. So then you can write util.arrays.sort. Util.arrays.sort. Then the given array can be performed and arranged the data in an array in ascending order. I repeat, arrays.util.sort instruction can arrange the array elements in ascending order, but there is no direct instruction available in for the descending order. So for the descending order, you can write directly the program or sorting the number in ascending order and print the elements in reverse order. I repeat, by apply the logic for the descending order, either you can use any sort method, bubble sort, quick sort, whatever. I request all the students, please be obedient in the online class. Who is that? This is the recorded classes. You should mute your mic. You should mute your mic. Hey, who is the Prithvi? Mute your phone. Prithvi. Prithvi, mute your phone. Number 14. Okay. Students are not listening the class, but they are disturbing the entire class. Okay, right. So actually, in the arrays.util.sort, you can sort in ascending order of the array. For the descending order point of view, you can print the array elements in descending reverse order. So this is the one way. This is the simplest way. Okay. So let us take here. I am taking. There are different types of arrays that I am using. So first is the integer array. Next is the character string array. And next is the double array. So first, all of you please listen. I am explaining one by one. So this is for the double point of view. I am blocking this. Okay. Right. So from down one onwards, I want to block in this value. So please see this. This is for the double array. Okay. So let us take, I am using, I am saying that this is called as a java.util.array. It is a one important thing. So to apply for this, you can use to apply for the sorting directly, you can use the util.arrays. You can import. So first let us take, I am using the array sort 1. So this is the integer array. So now I am displaying this value. So I am displaying this array. All of you please see this. Here I am using the Eclipse IDE. Eclipse IDE. So I am enlarge this value. So please see this. Okay. So first I want to execute this. Right. So what is the array here? 15, 9, 16 to 30. 15, 9, 16 to 30. So by using, so please see this, by using this value, this is the for each loop, I am displaying the array element. Okay. Next. The next step is I want to sorting. The next step is I want to sorting. So let us take, this is called, to execute the array sort, you should import java.util.arrays. I repeat, to perform directly sorting arrays.sort of a. To execute this instruction, you should import this java.util.array. Okay, now, so once this instruction executes, the array can perform the ascending order and create all the elements in ascending order. So next I am displaying that by using the for each loop. So first thing, this is the array. I am printing the array element. Second step, I am sorting the data by using array sort. Next, I am printing this data. So please check this. Yeah, okay. So now please check this. All of you please check this. Yeah. So let us take in previous, what is the array element? 15. Okay. So let us take, what is the first one? 15, 15, 9, 16 to 30. Okay.
Group చూడండి స్టార్ట్ చేస్తారు మీ స్టేటస్ లో గ్రూప్ లో మీటింగ్లు.
Number 7, Pranila, are you in the class? Pranila, are you in the class? Are you away from the class? Please maintain the discipline in the class.
Sorry.
95 people can listen your voice.
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
That indicates your ignorance. So please maintain the discipline. Okay. Let us take first is the, what is the array element? 15, 9, 16 to 32. So let us take, I am sorting this 2, 9, 15, 16 and 30. Okay. Right. So this is the ascending order. Now for the descending order point of view, for descending order, what I am saying that ascending the order, then small to big. So I can reprint from big to small by using these two instructions. Okay. So now again I can run. So please see this 30, 16, 15, 9, 2. So this is the reverse order. First display the array, second sorting the array, third reversing the array. So for the descending order. So this is for the integer array. Similarly for the string array. So let us take, this is for the string array. Okay, this is the string array. So I am creating a string array with the name of the B, and here I am using the FFPP. So this is the array element. First I want to display this array element. So here you are getting the FFPP AA OODD. So this is the elements of the array can be displayed. The next thing is I want to sorting the data by applying the arrays.sort. By applying the arrays.sort. Okay, to apply the arrays.sort, you should be import the arrays.util. Okay, so now this is for the displaying of the string, and this is for the execution, arrangement of the sorting the data. Okay, now, so please see this. According to the dictionary point of view, the strings are arranged. AA, next is the BD, next is the FF, next is the PP, and next is OO and PP. Okay, now this is the ascending order of the strings. Now I want to convert into descending order. Okay, by using this instruction. Can anybody say what is the descending order? PP, OO, FF, DD, AA. I repeat, in the array, there is no direct descending order instruction. So you can do two things. Number one, arrange the array elements in ascending order and print in reverse order for the descending order. This is the one of the way. So there is no direct instruction available. Okay, so let us take, this is the call as a PP, OO, FF, DA. This is the reverse order. So next I am checking for the double array. I am checking for the double array. Okay, all right. So let us take, this is the double array. This is the double array. So I am mentioning the double is the data type, one dimension array, and C is the array name, and it is the elements. So first I want to display this. So now can you please see this 40.5, 20.5, 50, 10.5, 30.5. What is the next step? Ascending order. For the ascending order, you can do arrays.sort. Once again, I am saying that for the arrays.sort, you should import the arrays.util. Okay, arrays.util. Okay, right. So this is for the ascending order. Just by using the sort, arrays.sort. So see this. Let us take 10.5. What is the minimum value? 10.5. What is the next value? 20.5. What is the next value? 30.5. What is the next value? 40.5. So that is, they are sorting in ascending order. What is the next step for the descending order? Just by using, print the elements in descending order by using these two instructions. Okay. So I want to display. All right. So can you please see this? Highest is the 40.5, 30.5, 20.5, 10.5. So that means you can sort by using arrays.sort instruction in Java. Then all the elements in the array elements are arranged in ascending order. For the descending order, there is no direct instruction in there. You can do one thing, arrange the data in ascending order by using the arrays.sort. And next, you can print the reverse way for the descending order point of view. This is the one method. Second method is you can directly apply the logical and you can change the order in reverse way by using different methods or that bubble sort, big sort. Okay, by using this method. So which one is the best? You can choose. Okay, now this is a brief idea about the one-dimensional array with different data types. Okay, so what we are learning in the array data type, what is the array, what is the length of the array, how to access the array elements with the help of the index, length, that means number of elements. Okay, number of elements, that is called as the length, and the index is always starts from 0 and ending with 5. So suppose 6 elements are there, starting with the 0 and ending with the n minus 1. N is the number of elements in the array. Okay, the next thing is copying the data. Copying the array from one array to another array. Okay, whether entire part or whether a specific part. Okay, and the next one, sorting the data. Sorting the data means arranging the data in ascending order. So default is the ascending order. For the descending order, you should two types. First, either by applying the logical operations, that is the bubble sort method or whatever it may method. And another one is sorting the data in ascending order and print it in reverse order. Print in reverse order for the descending order point of view. So this is the array point, array. So another thing is the two-dimensional array. Two-dimensional array stands for, so single variable, it can store the two-dimensional, okay, rows and columns. For this, how to understand which is the two-dimensional? Two boxes are there, two rectangular boxes are arranged. Okay, so two rectangular boxes, one is the row and the next one is the column. So to specify any particular data in a two-dimensional array, you can give the two indices 0, 0, 0, 1, so I comma j. For one dimensional, you can mention to find out or accessing any data by using one variable, but in the two dimensional, you should specify or you should find out or should modify, you should copy by using the two variables I comma j or whatever it may be. Okay, good. So this is the small introduction about the arrays. And next I want to discuss about the method. So just a minute, I want to copy that. I want to sharing the method. What is the method? Okay, is my screen is visible to you? Hello?
Yes,
Is the
sir.
screen is visible to you? Yeah. So I am going to the methods. Okay, today I want to finish this method, and from tomorrow onwards I want to discuss about the classes and objects. Okay, so right, method. Method is nothing but a subprogram. Method is nothing but a subprogram. Whenever you require a subprogram in the class, you can call that subprogram number of times. You can call the subprogram by number of times. How to call the subprogram? So let us take multiplication is a subprogram. Whenever you require the multiplication, then you can call the subprogram of the multiplication. So again, a method is a set of instructions which can perform a certain task, certain function. Whenever you require this function, you should call that method. You can call that method. Okay, I repeat, method is a set of instructions which can perform a specific function. Whenever required to execute that function, you can call that method. You can call that method. Suppose if you are not using the method, whenever you require, you can every time multiply, every time. Suppose if you want to multiply 100 times, then each and every time you can write the program for the multiplication. Instead of that, you should write a subprogram. Whenever you want to call the subprogram, then yes, you can call the program. Enough. So once you call the program, the subprogram is executed function and return the value. The result will be displayed and return the result. So this is called as a method. Okay. So how to call the subprogram? By passing the arguments, by passing the parameters, So that parameters may be either individual data type, or a combination of the different data types, may be passes. So you can pass that values to the subprogram, then the subprogram accept the arguments from the main program and execute that program and return the value corresponding execution of the function. Okay, right. So that's why this is called as a method. Simply, it is a method. Okay. Now, how to declare the method? So let us take first is the public or static. Sometimes some people may call it as a static. So that means only for it in the class. Sometimes it can be called as a public. So that means any program. Okay, right. Sometimes, so this is called as a public or static. This is called as a access specifier. This is called as a access specifier. Next is the return type. So the subprogram can perform a function and it can return a value. Sometimes it may not be return a value. Sometimes it may be return a value. So according to the returning of the value, there are two types of calling methods, returning methods. One is return data. Okay, some is return. So that's why that is called as a return method. Okay, data type method or return with some data. Return with some data. Okay, sometimes that method cannot return any data. That is called void method. Void. So in the C language, you are writing the void main. So that means it is a function which cannot return any value. Similarly, a method is also there, void main, void method. Void method stands for it cannot return any value or it cannot transfer any data from subprogram to main program. Subprogram to main program. So suppose if you are returning, then this is called as a returning data. So returning method and non-returning method. Non-returning method is called as a void method. So whenever you are understanding void, it indicates it cannot return any value. Okay, next. Suppose you want to perform some function. So you can put the some name. This is called as a method name. So here he is using a sum. So he can perform the addition. So for you can use the maximum. You can perform the maximum. So that means this method can perform certain task. So you can call this name. That is called as a method name. And next, so this is called as a parameters. This is called as a parameter. So main program sending the arguments to the method. So that copy transfer to parameter list. So after receiving the parameters, then it can execute the program. It can execute the program. So this is called as a method header. The method header contains the specifier, return type, name, and parameters list. And name, parameter. So below this method, there is a set of instructions are there. There is a set of instructions. These instructions can perform a specific task. The task is not fixed. You can perform any task as you require. Next, this is called as a sum, is a method name and parameter list is called as a method signature. This is called as a method signature. Okay, let us take, I can show one program. Just. So this is called as a modifier. Okay, he already mentioned that this is a specifier. So this, let us take, this is the specifier. You see the specifier, public or static. This is called as specifiers or modifiers. So this is the method head. Method head contains specifiers, return data type, name of the method, and parameters. And this is called as a body of the method. Body of the method. So this body can perform certain tasks and return. This is called as a return. Return. So it can return some data from method to main program. Method to main program. So simply you can understand that there are two programs are there. One is a main program and method is a subprogram. To execute the subprogram, main program sending the arguments to the subprogram. Subprogram execute receiving that arguments. According to that arguments, it can execute certain task and return the value. Return the value. Okay. So this is the basic idea. This is the basic idea. According to this method, we want to execute some programs in the Eclipse. So stop the share. So let us take, first I want to discuss about, there are two types of methods are there. One is no return of the data. That is called void method. Second one is data method. So that means that method can return some value. Okay. So first I want to discuss about the maximum. So I can enlarge. Okay. So let us take the method is can perform finding the maximum value of the two given numbers. This is my task. So for simplification, I am using the a program. I want to perform find out the maximum number of the given two numbers. So any two given numbers, any two. Suppose I already mentioned at the input. So inputting the data to system. For this, we are using java.util.scanner. Java.util.scanner can accept the data from the user and that data should be processed, and by using the format it will be displayed. Okay, right. So I want to take the two data from myself, that is the user. For this, the three steps are important. First step is java.util.scanner is important. You can import first point. Second point, okay, what to do? Okay, scanner, scan of new. So you can inform to the system that you should access the data input. So that's why new, it belongs to the scanner class and system.in. So to accept the data, to accept the data. Okay, right. So it indicates to the process to accept data. So now what? So how? This is called as a and what. So this is called as a okay where, what, and how. So let us take this is the instruction. What is this instruction? Integer. So that is the data type is integer. What is the variable? I. So you can accept the data and it is stored into and assigned to the variable I. So that's why scan dot next integer. Scan dot next integer. So that means you are giving integer data. User can give the integer data. That data should be accepted by the system and it is assigned to the I value. Suppose if it is a float, then you can write the float value. Okay, if it is a double value, string value. So that's why next integer, next float, next double, next string, next character. So this is the instruction to accept the data from the user and assigned to some variable. So that's why. So then I am writing enter the first step, then I am entering. So this can be accepted. What the user can type on the keyboard, then that should be accepted by the processor. So this is the second data, right? Now, what is my motto? I want to find out the maximum. So this is my max, calling the function, calling the method. So what is the method name? This is called maximum, and this is the arguments. This is the argument. These arguments cannot be changed. Just it copies the data to method. Copy to the method. So let us take this is my method. So let us take this is the max and this is the max. So can you please tell me whether the method return the data? Yes, this is the integer. So that means this method can return the integer value. So I is transferred to I data is copied into number 1, J data is copied into number 2. Okay, first point. So that means arguments can pass copies their data into parameters. First point. Second point, order is important. So if you are giving the I, then it should be copied into number 1. If it J is there, it is copied to number 2. Okay. Third one, suppose it is integer and it is a double. Assume that it is an integer and it is a double. Suppose you are mentioning integer in integer, so then this will not accept, because what the main program copies the arguments to the method that is in the same data type. So if it is integer, then you should mention integer. If it is a float, you should mention float. So first one is the integer, second is the float. Then according to that, you can give the argument can pass this data to a method. So that's why I value transfer to number 1, J value transfer to number 2. So now what is my motto? Then I want to find out the maximum value. So this is called maximum value finding. So if number is greater than number 2, so number 1 is a maximum number. Else number 2 is a maximum result. So after execution this instruction, this method is the return type. Okay, this is the method is return type. So it is return method. So this written method return the result. So this result can be directly transferred to where it is calling. So where it is calling. So this is one. So now this value is sent to result and it can be displayed. It can be displayed. Okay, right. So I repeat, method is a collection of data which can perform a specific task. So when the main program call the method by passing the arguments to the method, then the method can access the arguments into parameters and perform certain operations, and according to the return type they can return the data. If no return, there is no data should be written. If there is a data, then what is the data type written? Integer, float, double, character, string, etc. Okay, so this is the answer. So now I want to execute this program. The first number is the suppose 8. Second number is 2500. So now what is the maximum number? So 8 and 2500 is called as a arguments which can transfer by the main program to where the method. So in the method, what are the parameters are there? Number 1 and number 2. So integer number 1, integer number 2. Okay. So x is I is transferred to the number 1, j is transferred to number 2. Then it can execute. Now I want to execute this. After execution, this condition testing, it will return the value. What is written? I want to expect 2500 is written. So now this 2500 is transferred to where you are calling here. So 2500 comes to this position and it is assigned to result. This result can be displayed in this instruction. Displayed in this instruction. So that it can be displayed. Here the result can be displayed. What is the procedure? Calling function by passing the arguments to method. After receiving this subprogram argument, it can perform operation and according to the method return type, it can return. If void, no return. If it is non-void, it can return the value. So now this is the non-void, so it can return the data. So where it can store? Here it can be stored the result. That result is assigned to result value and it can be displayed here. This is the procedure for the non-return 0. So this is a non-return. Return some value. Return some value. Suppose I want to execute another program, that is the void method. Void method. Void method. So that means what is the meaning of the void? That method cannot return any value to the main program. So let us check. Let us check. So here I want to, what is this program? This program specifies, I want to find out, I will give the score to you. Then according to that score, you can find out the result. That is a grade system. Grade system. So this system, in this program, the program can accept the data from the user. So I can use java.util. So simply say that to accept the data from the user, you can use 3 steps. Java.util.scanner, scanner, new scanner system.in, and next one accept. So yes is equal to scan.next. Suppose integer, next integer, float, next float, character, next flag, string, next string. Right. Suppose in this program, I am giving the grade score value. So let us take, this is called S is equal to score. S is equal to score. So let us take, I am giving the score value and it is assigned to S. So then now this is the calling the method print grade. So what is the method name? Print grade. So that's why it is calling the name. Now what is the arguments? Yes. So arguments in the main program, parameters in the subprogram, that is called method. So S is passes to here. S is passes to here. Whether it is accepted or not accept, accept. Why? Because this is the double. So the score is the double value. So that's why S must and should be double. So how to understand this is the double? So then S can be directly copies its data to score. Copy to score. So according to the score, there is a printing the data. So here it can print. It cannot return. It cannot return. Why? So you can understand that whether you want to return or not return. So you want to return, then you can put any data type. If you don't return, you can just put the void. Void stands for from the subprogram to main program, no data will be transferred. So here what happens, suppose if I am giving the 95, then what happens, system.out print A grade only, enough. It cannot return anything. So everything is possible in the method only. Everything is possible in the method only, but cannot return to the main program. Okay, so this is the program. Okay, this is the example of the void method. Okay, in previous, that is the non-void method. Non-void method. Non-void method can return some data. Void method cannot return any data. So now I want to execute this program. So here the concept is void method, non-void method. In the non-void method, the subprogram can return to the main program. In the void method, the subprogram cannot return anything to the main program. Now, so what is my data? Enter the score. Suppose score I want to give the 55. 55. Okay. So now enter. So 55. Why? Because I am least thing is the 60%. So if I am giving the 55, then it is a fail. So your grade is a fail. Okay. Let us check one more time. In the thing, I want to give the 96. Then it's a grade. So here the subprogram cannot return anything. Here the subprogram cannot return anything to the main, that is called as a void. Okay, so in the previous you are returning something and here you are not returning anything. Okay, next I want to discuss about the overload method. What is the overload method? Suppose let us take my example is find out the maximum value. That maximum value can perform between the integer data, between the string data, between the double data, whatever it may be. But I want to find out the maximum between the two given numbers. Okay, so one program cannot specify for the specific data. It can perform all the data. So that's why, suppose if you want to find out the maximum of two integers, then you should call the integer max method. Second thing, suppose if you want to find out the maximum of double data, then you should call same name, that is called as a max with the double data. This is called as a overloading. So method name is the same, but passing the parameter, argument to parameter passing is different. So you should write the two separate methods, but same method name. What is the difference? The passing of the arguments from main memory to subprogram is different. I repeat, you want to find out maximum of two integers, then you can call maximum of integer. No, I want to find out the maximum of double data, then you should write another method with the same name, but the arguments are in double. Alright. So let us take, I want to discuss here. Let us take x is equal to 20, y is equal to 45. So you can understand this is the integer. This is called as a integer data. So to find out the maximum between these two, I can write or I can call a maximum method which can pass as the argument integers. So now this is the static and integer and maximum. So integer stands for it can return the integer value. What is the name? Maximum. So number 1 and number 2. So what is the number 1? What are the arguments are there? X will be transferred to number 1. Y can be transferred to number 2. So let us take here you are calling integer z is equal to maximum of x5. So this is the method calling. This is the method calling. Once a method is calling, then so what is the header name? This is the method name max. So it directly goes to this memory location. And argument x can pass us to number 1. X can copy its data to number 1, Y can be copied and data to number 2. But here you can return integer. So in the return type, you can mention the integer. So now it can be finding the maximum between the two integers X comma Y and return the maximum value. Okay, but I want to find out the maximum of double value also. So I am using the double A, double B, and the return value can be double C. So I can call maximum of A. Here, can you please see this? Here max and here max. Okay, but what is the difference? Maximum, that is method name is the same, but the arguments are in different types. If you pass the different data types with the same method name, you can write two different methods. One for one specific data, another for another specific data. So let us take, once I am calling the C is equal to maximum of the AB. This is the double. So I can write another static double. So return type is the double. What is the result I want to return? Maximum of double number 1 double. So this can return the value. So why it is called as a overloading? Because the name is the same, maximum and maximum same. Okay, so same method name is calling with the different data types. So that is called as a overloading. That is called as a overloading. Okay, right. Now I want to execute this. So what is the numbers I am giving here? 20, 45. Okay, I am calling the integer max method. So according to calling, then this can be accepted and executed and return the value. So return can be displayed here. Next, here I want to find out the maximum of two double numbers. So it can call the maximum double method. So here you can write the double method. So this can be, okay. So you can doubt why you are like, so two different methods having the same name, but their argument parameter passing is different. Argument parameter passing is different. Okay, suppose if you want to find out the strings, compare between the two strings, okay, then you can write another method with the string method, but the name is maximum. Okay, so check, I want to discuss about that. Suppose here what happens, X is equal to 20, Y is equal to 45. What is the maximum of this? Y. So that's why 45. Next, X is equal to 100.552. Y, B is equal to 10.552. Then what is the maximum value? 100.552. Okay, this is the example for the overloading. Overloading concept means two methods having the same data, same method name with different arguments, with different parameters. Okay, now the time is over. Right, so from the next class onwards, I want to take the attendance only the 5 minutes. I can close, I can block the meeting. So then after my class is over, I can delete the meeting. So please be attentive from next class onwards. Now the time is over. Thank you.